So, good evening, gentlemen. My today's lecture topic is bilateral relations between the two countries. Two countries who were part of the British Empire, and got the independence around the same era. Yes, gentlemen, you got it right. I want to discuss about the India-New Zealand bilateral relations. The bilateral relations between the India and New Zealand firstly established in the 1952. Since of the 1952, relations mostly cordial but not that much extensive. As we can see, there is no major defense deal as well as no major involvement in the international group on the same platform, as well as the limited talk between the leaders of New Zealand and India. We can see trade is very limited. If I talk about the trade volume, annual trade volume between India and the New Zealand is around 2.77 billion annually. And except joint naval exercise, the India and the New Zealand's defense force is not conducting any other defense or mock drill together. As we can see, the major trade between the India and the New Zealand is conducting for pharmaceutical machinery, as well as chemical, which we India export to New Zealand, and we India import from New Zealand dairy products, honey, and this type of items. As well as let's discuss about the recently 2014's concern, where the some Indians belonging Sikh, especially Sikh people, who demonstrate the protest regarding Khalistan in the New Zealand. At that time, New Zealand government didn't restricted them. At that time, the relations became very little bit sore between Indian government and New Zealand government. But we can see, after the sudden growth of Indian economy, recently elected Prime Minister of New Zealand, the Christopher Luxon, he's on visit to India for 5 days along with his cabinet, and both country now started to talk and launch the renegotiations, long pending deal of free trade agreement between India and the New Zealand. And we all know that so many Indians migrant living in New Zealand. Around 1 lakh and 75 Indians are living in the New Zealand, and the sports tie also occur, we can see, between India and New Zealand, as we know that Indian team and New Zealand's cricket teams are very strong competitors to each others, especially in the ICC knockouts. And many Indians also respect New Zealand's cricket team, especially Ken Williamsons and Brandon McCullum types of cricketers. So it was about sport deal, as well as recently India and the New Zealand government has signed 5 new agreements in the sector of sports, defense, education, as well as horticulture and the forestry. I would like to conclude my topic with the citing that the both country has a good potential, as we know that both country need, and both country is suffering from the Chinese aggressions. So to get together, these countries can bring prosperity and growth in each other's country. Thank you, gentlemen.